script. Let's flip the script. Let's flip the script. How do you do that? I don't know how you flip the script. What's up, everybody? What's going on? It's another day, another time to talk about how you get into this business. I'm trying to flip the script. That's cool. I didn't know I could do that. Y'all forgive me. I'm just playing. Ooh, you can create shorts. What's going on? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm over here. I didn't even know I can change the backgrounds. I really didn't. I'm trying to flip it, but it's all good. So anyway, let me get to what I'm getting to today. Welcome to my day 3 of my 30-day challenge where I will be submitting more. I mean, not submitting more, posting more content, talking to you guys, getting ready to get started, working out and eating right. But today I wanted to talk to you about how we actually go about partnering with the federal government, okay? So let's get into it. And if you guys got questions, you go ahead and post the questions into the comments and we all good to go. I'm trying to actually figure out how to change my orientation, but I think it's too late to set that up, but whatever. Okay, anyway. So how do you go about partnering with the federal government? There are a couple of things you need to know about partnering with the federal government. Once again, as I mentioned multiple times before, you cannot, as an individual, just work with the federal government. You have to be able to be a business. Everybody who works with the federal government is a business. Now, for those of you who are like, well, I don't know how to start a business, I don't have a business. First, I think everybody and their mama got a business right now. It's not hard to start a business at all. And if you look in the description below, after this video, I'll have all the information that you need to get started to actually start your business. But you have to be a business, okay? So let's talk about the different type of businesses that the government actually partners with. This is how we partner with the government. They partner with local businesses, which is me and you, and then we partner with other businesses to do the physical work. Now, in order for the government to actually work with you, of course, you got to be registered in sam.gov, but in order to be registered in sam.gov, you have to register your business. If your business is not sam.gov, then you can't work with the government, you can't partner with them, you can't get paid, okay? But I'm going to take it and I'm going to break down each section in this live on how to partner with the federal government. All right? All right, so step number 1. Ooh, hold on, I got some on my eye. Sorry, y'all. There's something on my eye. A piece of glitter or something. Anyway, step number 1. You have to decide what type of company you want to have. You want either LLC or sole proprietorship. Either one is good. Now, let's break down the different types of companies. LLC. We highly, highly, highly recommend an LLC. We highly recommend an LLC because it's more stable, it's more reliable, it looks more legit. When you're working and partnering with the federal government, you want to make sure that your LLC is set up the proper way. There are a lot of companies out there, in the federal government space who don't necessarily look as legit as you could. So when you open up an LLC, you want to make sure you register it with your state. And a lot of people ask me, well, can I register it in a different state because it costs cheaper? Can I register in a state that I'm not in? The answer is yes, you actually can. But hold on, before you go look for somewhere else to go register your company, if you're going to register your LLC in a different company, which you can because my LLC is in Wyoming, so you definitely could register your LLC in a different company. But if you're going to do that, remember, that means you need to have a physical address in that other state for you to register your company in. In Texas, it's $350 to register a company, a LLC. I think in Massachusetts, I don't know if I said that wrong. Y'all don't get on me. But in Massachusetts, it is $500 to register an LLC. And baby, ain't nobody got time for all that, okay? So yes, you can go to a different state to register your company, but you have to have a physical address. We will get into this later, but the government does not deal with virtual addresses. When you're registering online, your company, you will automatically, oh, thank you so much. You will automatically get denied if you use a virtual address. So for a lot of you who are already registering your sam.gov, for all of you who are already registering on sam.gov and you're wondering why you're getting denied, this is the reason why. You're getting denied because you're using a virtual address. You cannot do that on sam.gov. Now, later on down the line, once you're registered in sam.gov already, then you probably could change it to a virtual address, but you have to have a physical address. So getting back to how you can register your company in a different state, you can do that, but make sure you have a physical address. So what I recommend, if you want to register your company in a different state, use a state where you got family, so you can use their address. Y'all don't even trip. Y'all know y'all be using y'all family addresses. I know you do. So don't even try to play like you don't. So use another state where you have some type of family located where you can actually use their physical address as your LLC home. And then, like I said, later on down the line, once you're registered in sam.gov already, then you can just change it over to a virtual address. Okay. So LLC, more reliable, more stable, because yes, you do get a couple of more protections with an LLC. Okay, you actually protect your property from the company, and you want to do that. Not saying that get into government contracting, becoming a federal concierge, you're gonna be getting sued and you're gonna be doing this and you're gonna be doing that, because you really not. I've been doing this 3 years and nothing has happened. They haven't taken none of my stuff. I'm good to go. But then again, I do have an LLC as well. Okay. So LLC, you want to get an LLC. If you don't know how to start an LLC, guess what? There are so many companies out there that will register your LLC for you. Busy is a company that I use, and it will be in the link after this video. After I finish this video, I will put in the description the link. But Busy is basically a plug and play website. They ask you a couple of questions about the name of your company, what address, blah, 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 what it is, and they will register your business. Now, here's the downside to an LLC versus a sole proprietorship, which we will get into a little later. An LLC costs money. It costs money, as I just mentioned. Texas is $350, and then some other places cost a lot more money, but it does cost money. That's why I suggested if you want to register in a different state, you absolutely can do that, okay? But it costs. And if you don't have the budget right now to open up an LLC, then you might want to think the sole proprietorship route. But Busy does everything for you. You fill out a couple of questions, you pay the fee, and it's quicker when you pay the expedited fee. You can get your LLC formed in about a week to 2 weeks. Your LLC can be up and running. Okay. So that's, if you're not sure how to start one, go to Busy, go to the link in the description, and it'll be there for you. So you can go ahead and basically just register your company. Like, you can start today if you wanted to. Now, for those of you who I ain't got $500. I ain't got $300. What can I do? Is there anything I can do? Look, my motto is there's no such thing as an excuse. Okay. So if you want to start your federal concierge business, but don't have the startup funds to start an LLC, guess what? You can start a sole proprietorship. So let's get into the benefits of a sole proprietorship. For those of you who don't know, a sole proprietorship is basically a company, like you are the company. The company is you. Like when you're filing taxes, you're filing as you, but you're a company as well. You're a business, right? For tax purposes, you file as an individual, but you can still have a company. A sole proprietorship is completely free of charge. You don't have to file with your state. It's easy. It's no paperwork. It's very simple for those of you who are on maybe a budget and don't have the funds to actually get an LLC. You can start a sole proprietorship. Now, the downside to a sole proprietorship is it doesn't give you the protection that an LLC does. So, for example, if somebody sues you, they're suing you as the individual person, not the company. Okay. So that's a downside. Another downside is Um, it doesn't necessarily look legit because you don't have that LLC in the background. And so some people may be skeptical, but we're dealing with the government. The government doesn't care what your business entity is as long as it's legit and as long as it's in good standing. That's what they really care about, okay? So sole proprietorship, another benefit is, once again, there's no paperwork. So you can literally wake up in the morning and say, I think I'm going to start a federal concierge business. Now, things you might want to do in a sole proprietorship, get a DBA. For those of you who don't know what a DBA is, a DBA is basically doing business as. So it's basically your business name. You can get a DBA for your sole proprietorship so that it can kind of separate your name from the business. So ABC consulting, whatever you want to call your business, you can get a DBA so it can be attached to your business. That way when you register in sam.gov, you're actually registering your business and your business has a name instead of you just putting your name as your business. Okay. Another thing with a sole proprietorship and an LLC you need to do is get an EIN number. Guys, you have to have an EIN, okay? EIN basically is like your business social security number. And when you're registering SAM.gov and you're bidding on solicitation, they sometimes ask for an EIN number, okay? So make sure you get that EIN. It's completely free of charge. You can go to irs.gov right now today and go get your EIN. Okay. Now, the only thing with that is it's weird, but they do have a time frame that you can get your EIN. So I think it's from like 9 to 6 p.m. I don't know if it's Central Standard Time or Eastern, but you have to make sure you get your EIN within the time frame allowed. Okay. Because it does shut down. Even though it's a website, it still does shut down. So LLC, you can go to the link in the description after this video. I got to put the description in. After this video, you can start your business if you got the money for it. If you don't have the money for it, start a sole proprietorship, okay? EIN, you need to get an EIN, okay? You can go to irs.gov, get that right now to get your federal concierge business up and going, okay? That partner with the sole proprietorship or LLC, you're on your way. Next thing you need to do, you need to get a business bank account. Y'all, you cannot commingle your money. Now, I'm talking about how to partner with the government, but in order to partner with the government, you have to be a business. For those of you just joining me, I'm teaching people how to partner with the federal government as a federal concierge. And in order to do that, you have to have a business. And in order to have a business, you have to create a business. So I'm teaching right now, for those of you just joining me, how to create a business. We talked about an LLC. We got into sole proprietorship and other things you need for a business. So for example, business bank account. Y'all have to have a business bank account. Now, when I say business bank account, I don't mean you have to go into the bank and open up a business checking account, like with the title business in it. You don't have to do that. Because a lot of the times those business bank account be having extra fees y'all not even aware of. You have to have a certain amount of money in your account or you're going to get more fees. You don't need to do all that. Just get a bank account and only use it for your business. For example, I have a wonderful bank account that I use, and I'll put it in the description below as well. Mercury Bank. Amazing bank. They don't have any fees. They don't have, they get free checks. They send out money. You can do ACH, all of that stuff for your business. It don't cost anything. You just got to apply, and not everybody get it either. So I'll put that in the description below as well. But Mercury Bank account, you can get a Navy Federal bank account and just use it for your business. So when the government pays you, credit union, yeah, you can use a credit. You absolutely can use a credit union. Once again, guys, when I say get a business bank account, all I mean is make sure that bank account is separated, y'all, from your business and your personal. Don't be going to your business bank account, go and get some video games or going shopping. You can't do that. If I'm going to set you up and I'm going to teach you how to partner with the government, I'm going to teach you the right way. And it starts by being legit. And believe me, you don't want to commingle money. For those of you who know about taxes and commingling, you don't want to do that, okay? So, number 2, get a business bank account. Because when the government be paying you all that money, it needs to go somewhere. All right. The other thing you need to get is you need to get a domain name. Now, when I say domain name, I don't mean domain name because you need a website. You do not need a website to partner with the federal government. A lot of people think that. I don't know why. Because remember, the government is not checking for you. They're not looking for you. They're not. They looking for people who can provide services of what they need. The government has the website. That's where we go to find our partnerships with them. They're not going to check us out. I mean, maybe a contract officer might check you out, but not really, not really. So you want to get a domain name. The reason why you want to get the domain name is because you want the domain name for your email. You want to get a email address, a business email address. You want to have an email address that has your business name in the email. Like, for example, service at target.com, customer service at walmart.com, Con Connects, that's my email. Whatever email, you want to make sure your email address has your business name because it just looks more legit. And honestly, when you're sending out proposals to the government, sometimes if you have a Gmail or a Yahoo or like a personal email, it won't send it to the government websites. I mean, it won't send it to the government emails, the people emails. It'll get trapped up in something and it will not send it. So you want to have a domain email address so that the people can get your emails. Because it, like I said, because of Gmail, they think it's spam and all this other stuff. So get a domain name, all right? So that you can get a business email address. Okay, so once you do that, then you're ready to partner with the federal government. The only other thing you need to do is register in sam.gov. But you want to have your business set up, like set up, so that when you register, you don't have to go about doing that. Once again, let's recap for those of you joining me. I am going to tell you and teach you how to partner with the federal government. And the first step to partner with the federal government is you must open a business. You can open up an LLC, which is highly recommended. It's more reliable. It looks more legit. You can go to any type of website that will register your LLC. Or if you want to register your LLC on your own, you can go to your Secretary of State and do that as well. And you can get your LLC formed within 7 to 14 days if you're doing it online, if somebody's doing it for you, okay? But LLC does cost money per state, depending on what state you're in. It does cost money, okay? So if you don't have that budget, you might want to think the other route. But if you do have the budget, you go ahead and get that. Yes, you can open up an LLC in a different state, but you have to have a physical address in that other state. Do not, I repeat, do not use a virtual address for your registration in sam.gov. So do not basically use a virtual address for your business because sam.gov will ding it and you will not be able to register. If you're going to register in a different state using an LLC, use a physical address. So your cousin, your uncle, your grandmother, whoever, use their address or use whoever address that you're going to use in a different state if you're going to decide to do a different state, okay? That's LLC. Sole proprietorship, free of charge, no paperwork. You don't have to register with your state. You might want to get a DBA so you can get an actual business name. You can have a business name, okay? It's not as legit as an LLC, or it doesn't look as legit as an LLC, which is a downside, but you know, whatever. And then as far as taxes, you're actually filing as an individual with an LLC. So, you know, there's some downsides, but it's free. And everybody like free. And that means you have no excuse to get started. Now, with both of those entities, you need an EIN, which you can go to irs.gov to go get right now if you want to. Okay, you need a business bank account. Does not have to say business bank account. Just get a bank account for your business. Okay, I'm going to put in the description below a bank account that I recommend. It has no fees, no monthly fees, no overdraft. I'll never overdraft on that, but I don't think it has overdraft fee. I don't know. It's a good bank account. I love it. Okay, but it's an online bank account So, if you don't like that, you like going into a physical location, you might not want to get that one. But I'll put it in the description below. Bank account, email address, domain name. Make sure you get a domain name, not for a website. If you want to have a website for your business, that's cool. But if you're opening up just a federal concierge business, you don't need a website. You're getting the domain name for your email address. So email address, business name at businessname.com. Service at businessname.com. Info at businessname.com. You want that businessname.com so when you're emailing your proposals to the federal government, it's not getting trapped up in their spam. Believe me, I know about that. Okay. And I actually have a business email and it still gets trapped up sometimes. But that's a different issue. If you're using Gmail, Yahoo, AOL, who using AOL? Y'all better not have no AOL people over here. AOL, Hotmail, y'all doggone better not have no Hotmail. Any of those extra websites, it might get caught up and your proposals might not go through. So let's prevent that. So just get a domain name. It's like $12 a year for the domain, and then I think it's like $6 or $7 a month for the email address. Okay, so just let's just do it. Let's just start off legit. Let's just do it the legit way. Okay, and then after you get all that set up, then you can register in sam.gov. That is how we partner with the federal government. That is how partnering with the federal government works. You start your business, you register in sam.gov, and then you provide the services that they need. So for those of you who is just joining me, before I get off, a federal concierge is a company who provides goods and services to the federal government. We don't do any other physical work. We hire out other companies to subcontract the work and do the work for us, and we manage the contract. That is how we partner with the federal government. But in order to do that, you have to have a business because the government does not work with individual people. No, they don't. No, they don't. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me with this nugget. Make sure to subscribe, like, comment, share this video because this whole month, if you guys don't know, I am literally taking 30 days off from my business. I will not be submitting any proposals. I will not be looking at any contracts. I will not be doing any of that for 30 days. And that's because my contracts pay for me. Regardless of whether I do any work in my business or not, I'm still getting paid. So I want you to join me on this journey the next 30 days. I started April 1st. The next 30 days, I want you to join me on this journey so you can see what contract freedom really looks like. I got 3 30-day challenges I'm doing. 30 days of eating right, 30 days of working out, and 30 days of posting content. So I'm going to be going live. And then I want to give you all of the gems that I have that got me to in the position that I am in today. Okay. So if you guys got questions, please go ahead and post them in the comments. I'll get to the questions after I finish my little spill or whatever, if you guys got any questions. But if you are ready to make a change in your life and you are ready to have contract freedom where you can take 30 days of PTO, it's not even PTO, it's not paid time leave. It's just money that I'm getting paid to do nothing. So if you want to live that life and be able to have that time freedom that everybody always wishes they have, make sure you follow me on my journey. Subscribe to my channel because I will be going live and giving away everything you need to know about how to get started and how the process works, because this is a life-changing career and I want to help you change your life if you want it. If you want it. I don't chase people down. I ain't about to chase you. But if you want it, I'm here to help you get it. Okay? All right, guys. I'm getting ready to go do my day 3 workout. Woo, woo, woo. I'm telling you about April, baby. Y'all gonna see me in my pool. I'm gonna be like, pow, 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 pow. I'm just, whatever. But I'll talk to you guys later. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, share this video. I'm here to help you. And if you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comments. I'm going to update the description with the links that I told you on how to start an LLC and the bank account that I was telling you about for you guys to sign up if you're looking to get started in the federal concierge business. All right. All right, guys, I got to go. I will talk to you soon. Have a wonderful day. Remember, It works if you work it. So work it. It's worth it. I'm here for you. If you need me, book a call if you want to discuss your options further. Talk to you soon. Bye.